Here is another example of a plan presentation. So this was a time when the budgeting exercise was being done, and we were going to present the budget prepared for the next financial year to the senior management. But before you prepare the budget, you have to set some context, right? So you always start with the actual performance of the current year, and then you say, what do we plan for the next year? This actual performance can be a little bit dicey. People may end up spending too much time on this actual, whereas the objective of the meeting is to discuss budgets for the next financial year. What is gone has gone. So it is very important that you construct your presentation in such a way that you are able to control the meeting. You are able to control the discussions. And here is an example. Again, I'm not saying this is the best example, but this is how I found it convenient to control the discussion. To discuss the 2019 performance, which is the past year's performance, I just used three metrics: revenue, compensation, which is a salary ratio, and margins. And I gave certain insights on this. Three messages, very simple. I covered them one by one, hits and misses. Revenue was good, but our compensation cost increased and our overall margin is slightly down by 1.4%. And then I went a little bit further to understand the performance of this current year, but again, without spending too much of time. And I wanted to control the discussion. So that's why I let information come on the screen one by one. In terms of new business, we won 22 new clients for $458,000 versus 2019, which was the budget for 2019 was $372,000, and we exceeded the budget and we have done $458,000. There were 7 new retainer wins. We won retainer clients out of the 285, out of the 458K, 285K is through retainers. Everything else is through projects. But not everything was rosy. We also lost 5 clients worth $104,000, and that led to a net retainer wins of 181K. Then I would also say that our total net wins are 354K, but it's not a great picture. So we have won 458K, out of which only 181 has come through retainer wins, which means the project dependency is much higher. So I made this message saying that we need to start getting more retainers and create less dependency on the projects. So I wanted to control this discussion. So that's why I let everything come one by one through very simple format. And then we move to the next section, which was the budget for the next financial year. If you give too much details here, if you give too many charts, too many tables here, they will start discussing more about the previous year's performance, and the budget meeting will be kept aside. So make sure that you reveal information, you give information only to the extent that you are able to control the meeting and the focus of the meeting is retained. Now, the next part of the storytelling framework is narrative. So we covered data, visualization, and the audience. The next is narrative. So how do you find your narrative? How do you find your story?